Okay, what's up everyone? We are here with week 2 of the Sandbox League. We're against Razz, and we're just getting the detail on the open terrors now. So I'm just going to pop them on the notes beside me. Voltorb is fire. Solosis is ghost. Makuhita is fighting. Axu's dragon. Meowth is ghost. And Mischief is fairy. Okay. So not 100% sure on what Razz wants to do in terms of how he wants to lead it, but he's kind of just brought all 6 of his big boys against me. Because there's no Charmander, no Barboach, so no Combi and stuff. So a few techs kind of going a little bit down the shitter, but that's not the worst. I think we will just go with the game plan that I was gonna look at going with, which is the Snivy Oshawott lead with Satoddle, and I think 4th. I think Coco goes really good as a 4th here for the game 1. So let's get into it. Good luck, have fun, Razz. Razz is the creator of Sandbox, so pretty happy with it. Alrighty, so like with that done, he's let Solosis and Makuhita. So this is kind of interesting. I'm thinking we probably go to Wave. No, let's go for a Leaf Storm onto the Makuhita. There's a Covert Cloak on Oshawott. And I think we go for a Taunt on the Solosis, just in case it wants to go for like any kind of Trick Room or anything. Yeah, so there's a Faker on the Oshawott. So if we get that, we could be laughing. Good hit there, good special attack boost there. So it's coming out. So we know we're Covert Cloak now. Just getting all my notes and everything up here. Yeah, there's the Trick Room. So that's what I figured he might have done. The Guts is activated there on the Makuhita as well. So Makuhita looking a little bit threatening. I'm not too sure if any of the slots are running Protect, or if there's a switch that Razz wants to do. But I feel the most damage pressure probably coming out of the Makuhita. So I think we just double pledge that. Oh, that's unfortunate. So Solosis is probably going to get a pretty big knockout there on one of these mons, but I think it's probably fine still. Like maybe we take a hit. It could be like, if it's life, or we could be in a bit of trouble. Yeah, that's a one-hit knockout. That's kind of nasty, but I think it's still probably okay though, because I think Oshawott will be able to put some big damage on there, and I think a sheer force boosted hit from Satoddle should still be good enough to look at taking that damage out on the Orb. The Orb is Terra Ghost, so I'm down just to Icicle Crash it, and I can just look at Water Pledging that slot again. Satoddle, the fastest thing in the field, is like absolutely like horrendous, but there we go. Alright, so Satoddle is up 1. Snivy down 1 as well. I'm just going to do these updates just as they happen as well. And that's a knockout there on the Makuhita as well. And what's one more for Oshawott? So if there's fastings in the back, we could be in a little bit of trouble. The Meowth is there, and Zoro is the other. That is Mash. Not really too sure what I want to do here. No terrors have been burnt as of yet. I do think it might be an idea to reset Intimidate from Citadel. So I think we might be able to swap in for Way Coco. Not too sure what I want to do with Oshawott. I think a Water Pledge into the Meowth is probably fine. I think getting the Intimidate off Citadel is probably the main thing that I would like to do at the moment. He can't really threaten like the Fake Out onto Oshawott either. That was a crit. That was a pretty nasty crit actually. A Crunch is coming out there. Oshawott does take, because Oshawott's got some pretty big defenses. This might be I was gonna say it might be torrent boosted. From the look at that damage there. I think from here, I think we just look to... I don't really want to protect Fuecoco in this position. I think... No, I think we do. We just go for the Terra Blast on the dog. The dog is Terra Fairy. And I think we can just go for the Jet on the Meowth. That should be enough to pick it up here. And he's seen that I'm going for the Terra on the Fuecoco now. So, hopefully, this picks up what we need to pick up, and then we can sort of just, like, run kind of free with it here. So, yeah, Oshawott getting that Jet pick up there. Really nice. Meowth goes down KO-less. Maschief going for the Crunch. He's going for the Crunch of the Fuecoco. We do take that because we did Terra defensively. I'm feeling pretty good about Fuecoco knocking out the Maschief here. It's like Eviolite or something, or just like really bulky. It actually is quite bulky, all things considered. But I think we can just go. I think we can just swing our strongest moves into Maschief now. Maschief can just take another KO here, which is fine to take on the Oshawott, because another Terra Blast will take it out. So we're just gonna run through do all that recording there. Controller's vibrating. So yeah, pretty good game one there. We got the turn one correct. We got the turn two wrong. If we got that turn two right, I think we were in a position to really just run away with it all with Citadel. From there, even despite the Intimidate, because we would have had a bit of speed, and we do have Protect as well, which we can look at keeping under wraps a little bit as well. We do have that option to do so, because not to reveal everything right out the gate. We'll go for it again. Do we change up the music? Yeah, we can change up the music. Let's go... Let's go Petra. Alright. So... like, the game one kind of worked well. I don't really want to do it again. So I think game two, we might look at changing things up a little bit. I do think we just leave Mienfoo. I did really like the work that Oshawott was able to put in there. Just get that Jet there as well, which is still like really nice just to have. I do think we bring Citadel, and I do think Fuecoco is the best option for a fourth going into the game two. I'm just not expecting the Trick Room lead to come out again in this game two here from Razz. So I'm expecting a little bit of an adjustment. So I've kind of made one as well. Hopefully it makes sense. Yeah, we see the Axu and the Meowth. So Axu is Terra Dragon, Meowth is Terra Ghost. There's an Unnerve that's out there. We can potentially just close combat the Axu. I think we could honestly double the Axu. But I think... I think if I double it the first turn, I think I might want it to be Jet. Just in case it's like Sash. That's really bulky. It could be Eviolite. No, Oshawott is just an absolute fraud. So, Mienfoo does get a kill there with the Scarf CC. Axu does go down. Was that a mistake a little bit? The Icy Wind there is actually quite nasty from the Meowth. Because now the Meowth is faster than the Mienfoo. So we can pivot Mienfoo back out. We do have the ability, in a focus. So that's why no fake out and stuff could really come online there. I think we swap in. Yeah, I think we swap in Fuecoco here. And I think we can just go for... Let's go for a Water Pledge on the Solosis. Let's get a little bit of damage on it. I think might be the best way to go into this here. I think we go into Fuecoco. We got the Technician Bite. We can't flinch, but there might be a double up into that slot. That's good damage there. And there's the Trick Room coming out as well. Which is fine, which is why we did bring the Fuecoco in here. The Fuecoco is kind of slow. We do have access to... yeah, so our Solosis is probably, like, slower, but we are Eviolite. I do think we want to go for a Jet on the Meowth, kind of break a potential Focus Sash there. The Meowth does switch out. The Meowth probably going into it. Could be Bow. We saw Bow in game 1, didn't we? Yeah, it's the Makuhita. So that could be a little bit problematic, unless we get some pretty big damage here on both of these. It could be a Psychic onto the Fuecoco. Fuecoco should live. Yeah, it does live. We're also in Blaze range as well. So yeah, that's huge. That's a big double knockout from Fuecoco. Awesome stuff there for sure. And that is Makuhita down, and it is also Solosis down. So it's kind of just Meowth running it here now. I am probably just going to protect Fuecoco, and I will probably just Water Pledge the Meowth here. No reason to really overcomplicate things. There is a Terror on the Meowth as well. There is a Fake Out there. Yeah, it failed, so I guess he's just looking to side target. I just didn't want him looking to get like another knockout there. I think we... You know what? I'm gonna give this to Fuecoco. I will give this knockout to Fuecoco. Fuecoco absolutely crushing it there. That hit into Blaze was absolutely massive there. So that was really good for us. So that's a really strong start in the first 2 weeks of Sandbox League here for us. So that was Meowth going down there as well. And yeah, dude, that's all pretty sick, not gonna lie. Snivy was the only mon going negative in that game. Everything else went positive, so no complaint about that. GG's to Razz. Razz probably... he got up early for this. We stayed up late. Scheduling was a bit tough, but I do really appreciate Razz going above and beyond doing that for us this week. And we'll be back with week 3. We're just going to keep the momentum rolling as best as we can.